Another check-in. I know it's weird. I'm growing it. I can't do the shaved look. I thought the stubble looks good. Not on me. Well, I love you. I told you that this morning. I'm telling you again. You know, the church really helped. And I'm really grateful for them. And it was really cool to connect with somebody in there and just, you know, share my story a little bit. It's a little different when you write it down on paper and stuff. Well, it's almost Christmas, and I figured a video leading up to would be awesome. You know, I've trusted God, my higher power, to this point. I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to, whatever that looks like. And, you know, there's some things going on. You know, I've got not all of my rent paid. I've got not all of my Oxford house paid. I've got, the water got shut off 2 days ago. You know, I get paid today, so I'll be able to take care of that. And I'm not going to stop trusting God. I'm not going to stop trusting this process. I'm going to keep pushing and keep fighting. Little by little, I'll get myself caught back up shortly. And then moving forward, I know what to look for so it doesn't happen again. And I don't have to worry about where all the money went or any of that stuff, or spending what. But at least I can look at myself in the mirror and say that I've given it my all. And I'm going to keep doing that. Just like going to the gym today. I'm not going to quit going because my life feels like it's not quite where it needs to be. I'm not going to quit making meetings. What I need to do, so I'll call myself out, is today start step 4. That has to happen today. So on this day, the 20th, or I'm thinking it's the 20th. On this day, the 20th, I will start step 4 again. I keep pushing it off. It's been a couple weeks. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. So some of the stuff I've struggled with, you know, wanting a companion, you know, somebody that I can be intimate with, and then somebody that I can be romantically involved with. I do want that, but it's not my time. I'm not going to push it anymore. I think I was pushing it. I created 2 dating apps, and then I had to delete both of them. You know, because I obsess. I started swiping and looking. You know, that's an obsession. I realize it's starting to make my life unmanageable. You know, would I be the person? So, like, if I was where I needed to be, not wanted, but if I was where I needed to be, and I'm where I need to be, but what I mean by that is, if my life, like, if I had a year clean, and that situation at home where I know where I'm living, and all of that was dialed, house was dialed, you know, this schedule was dialed, and everything was moving, you know, like a well-oiled machine. And I started talking to somebody, and they were in the shoes that I'm in right now. Right? Where I'm going with this is, why would I bring somebody in that aspect into this. It's not about if I'm not worthy or nothing. It's about, like, why would you bring somebody into this particular stage of your life? You know? And I don't think that would be fair to anybody. And I also think it's not fair to myself as I'm developing to do that. And I'm not saying that, like, I need to have this, and that. And then, although that, you know, the clean time, all of that other stuff I mentioned does need to happen. But it doesn't need to be perfect. And I need to be able to, you know, and I know how I am. So I'm going to call myself out on this video. Right? I start talking to somebody, I start catching fucking feelings, right? All of a sudden we're going on dates that fast. Right? Because I'm, you know, I'm a salesperson, so. And I don't mean to boast, but I'm really good at what I do. So if I take that into dating, you know, I'll probably be on dates. I'll probably be moving forward. There might even be some romanticism, if that's even the right word. And I can't have that right now. Like, I can't. I'm not there yet. You know, so I pray on video here, I pray that doesn't come to me just yet. And I pray that I can remind myself out loud that what you're looking for, you're not looking for the right thing, Rodney. You're not. You're probably looking for sex, or you're probably looking for, the sit down, the fireplace, the toes rubbed together, a movie that makes you both feel good, and then, like, you're like, hey, I'm gonna go grab some ice cream, and they're like, hell fucking yeah, you are, right? I want that. Where the fuck would I do that right now? At their house? No. At what time? 90 meetings in 90 days. Work. Church. What time right now is that gonna happen? So, this is a development stage of your life. You're developing your body, you know, by taking care of it. You're developing your higher power by trusting in God, by going to church. But you are yet to have a level of service where you're committed to it and you do it regularly. And I really feel like what I need right now is that. You want a void to fill, that's the void to fill. Do something for others, right? You're doing little bits and pieces here and there for others. And I'm not saying you're not. And you're there emotionally for people that might need it. But what are you doing physically where your body is there and you're providing a service for others, other than when you can make the coffee on a service commitment that you've committed to and you're not always thinking? Where are you there? That is your next step. That has to be your next step. You know, going to meetings is a service for yourself. Sharing about your recovery is a service for others. Making the meeting, you're doing that. You have these commitments that you're consistent with. You do. It's not like you don't have anything, but I'm referring to, when are you going to go and give your time to people in need? That's the service I'm talking about. Go work for the homeless. Go work for a company that, where you don't get paid, where you can dedicate a time and then do it more than just once, and do it consistently, and have that stuff in your lineup of things that you're doing, not just for your recovery, but for others in need. That needs to be the focal point. Not getting on a dating app, not skimming through Facebook. You know, somebody had mentioned in a meeting, and I'm going to share this. Somebody had mentioned in a meeting that there's another meeting that's going to happen where they're going to talk about predatory behavior in recovery. And you almost took a shot at that, like, well, I'm not a predator. But if you are doing certain things that would make you think, well, am I acting like a predator? And maybe you are. And I don't mean, so you're looking at predatory behavior as like you're out there trying to, it doesn't have to be Ted Bundy. It doesn't have to be that kind of shit. It can be as simple as like making people feel uncomfortable that are of the opposite sex because you are liking all their posts or any of that. Not that you're doing that, but you have done some of that, and so you got to take this inventory. This is your video spot inventory check of what you're doing and what you could be doing. And you're doing great, Rodney. You're doing great. This is not to take away from what you're doing. You are doing fan-fucking-tastic, okay? But it's time to step it up another notch. What can we do next? What more can we do so I don't get stagnant what I'm doing right now, and then all of a sudden, I'm not doing push-ups today. All of a sudden, I decide not to go to church this weekend. I decide to miss this other meeting because I don't have 90 and 90. You're about to have 90 and 90. You're coming up on it real close. And you are the type, and you know this, so you're calling yourself out. You're the type to take your brain and say, okay, I don't have 90 and 90, so now I don't need to make as many meetings. Boom, that fast. That is how quick it took you to relapse. So, calling yourself out, that's okay. This is a personal check-in. And Christmas is going to be okay. It's all going to work out. The water gets turned on today. All busted out, cleaning. Christmas Eve, I'll do the same. That way that whole downstairs area is comfy and cozy. And if I can hop in there and get the kids' room comfy and cozy, that'd be awesome. And then you got this grind coming up, man. This grind. You've been grinding. I give you props. I'm giving myself props because you've been grinding. You got this grind coming up. And I'm not referring to February. I'm talking about the last week of the year. The last week of the year, you push like it's the year end because you talk about that all year long. This is going to be a year-end deal. This is going to be a year-end deal. This is the year. This is right now. You capture some stuff today. If you don't, it's fine. Set up. Don't just go there and hang out. Don't just go there and not do your videos. Don't just go there and not do your emails. You work today like it's the last day of the fucking month. Do that today. That way, when you're talking to people about how they need to grind, you're a living example of it. You got a friend of yours that's sick. Or he's not sick, but his mom's sick. And I'm telling you right now, he's looking at the CRM. He is. He can't help himself. I want to be that guy that can't help myself. I don't have to be as obsessed as he is, but I want to be that guy that, can't help myself in a sense. Like, I need to, how am I getting the next deal? How am I making the next bill? How am I making the next bread? All of that. It needs to be above and beyond. This is the time. This is where the magic happens. And you're in a mental state right now that you can actually get there. And what's great about this video is you can look back on this video years from now, a year from now. You can look back on this video and you can say, this is what I told myself to do when I felt like I was already doing enough. It's not enough. There's more you can do. You're doing enough so you can say, I'm good enough. You're doing enough to say that I am enough. But you're not doing enough to say that I've done everything. Because there's more that can always be done. So, keep pushing, my friend. You'll look back on this and be like, hell fucking yeah, I did. Hell yeah, I told myself that. Hell yeah, I told whoever's watching this that. This is how you beat yourself down. Not this looking in the mirror saying I'm fucking worthless. Fuck that. That died when you left the water. And it died when you went into treatment. But it definitely died when you pulled yourself out of the water. You're not allowed to talk to yourself like that anymore. Because you're worth it. And you can make it. And no matter how far at the bottom you feel you are, there's a deeper bottom that's waiting for anybody who wants to keep digging. There always is. And then eventually it just becomes your fucking grave. Don't dig your grave. Put that fucking shovel down. Take that energy you had with that fucking shovel and put it into something that's fucking creating a foundation above that hole you were starting to fucking dig. That hole is a foundation builder. Rock bottom is a fucking great foundation for any success story. For anybody who feels like they can't make it. If you're sleeping on the pavement, you can make it. If, you know, and I can't sit here and be like, I slept on the pavement, but I was headed there. And it sounded real fucking good. And that's just crazy to me that it would sound good. But I understand why people are out there. I get it. I don't have to sit here and beat on them or talk shit about them. I understand why. I get it. I was close to wanting to just be there. In fact, I fantasized that sometimes, and fuck, man, that sounds better. How can something sound better you know nothing about? I'll tell you what does sound better. Where I'm at right now. It feels fucking better. All that shit I told you that's going on, that stressful shit that's going on, feels so much better the way I am right now than if I was loaded, worried that fucking they're gonna get rid of me in fucking December. You know, but what else feels better is I'm not searching for fucking a finance position or a manager position. I am completely content where I'm at, and I actually like it. I really like it a lot, you know? And I can't sit here and say it doesn't pay enough, man, because I know it can, and I know it has. And it has for the last fucking almost 5 years now, you know? And so, anybody watching this, man, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. I don't care what's going on in your life. It starts with one fucking decision. And then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And it ain't fucking rainbows and unicorns as you're doing it. But it can feel a lot better than what it's felt like. I love you.